Welcome back to the 8:30 show. If you like our content, please feel free to like and subscribe. So today, some sad news. Suzanne Somers, she played Chrissy Snow on Three's Company. She passed away from cancer. Um, it's interesting because we were just talking about her last night.
Yeah, we were.
Um, we did like a deep dive into her career and her life kind of
What
thing.
what brought that up though?
I'm not sure. We're on our way home, and I mentioned, I don't even know. It just came up.
Yeah, I don't know
And we
either.
are talking about her and Farrah Fawcett and how they did like a TV series type of thing
Hmm.
about their time with Three's Company for Suzanne Somers and Farrah Fawcett for Charlie's Angels and the decline of their careers at that point
Yeah.
because of what they were requesting from studios. And I guess I had it wrong where I was saying that the boyfriends were the managers and they were filling them up with like, you need to make more money and ask for more money, and ended up in Suzanne Somers losing her job at Three's Company, and Farrah Fawcett losing her job at Charlie's Angel. The thing about it is that I was so way off base because he looked
Yeah.
it up, because that's the story I recall, that it was a boyfriend type of situation for both of them, but I was wrong,
Yeah, I
which
didn't
is
know.
fine.
I didn't know. So I was
He was
curious
curious.
when you said it was boyfriend and they both had the same situation that happened. And I'm like, okay, well let me check and
Hmm.
see because I'm kind of curious now to
They
see
did
like
have the same manager, is what you discovered.
yeah, they had the same manager, Jay Bernstein, I believe. He's passed away. I don't remember when, but I guess he was like the top PR manager, agent type of person, where he would come out with these like way out ways to get people noticed and get people, on magazine covers back then in the 60s and 70s, and he was kind of famous for that in that industry for doing like those type of things. And I found it interesting the story that was told about how Suzanne Somers linked up with him, all based on Farrah Fawcett. That she saw what he did to her career, as far as like getting her where she was at, and went to him and was like, I want to make a deal. You can have all my Three's Company money, but I want you to, blow me up, get me popping basically. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. Sure. He liked making deals. He was a wheeling and dealing type of guy.
Yeah.
So he, within the time that he started working with her, I don't remember recollect what the actual time frame was, but it wasn't a real long time. I want to say at the most a year, but he had put her on 55 different magazine covers, and they talked about one where she was in a bathing suit, um, on ice skates at somewhere in New York, and where they have an open ice ring, and all she had on was a bathing suit and a fur coat, and he like blew up the spot to get her the pub. And back then you didn't have social media and all these other outlets
No,
to promote
it
yourself.
was the newspapers and
Yeah,
magazines, and
yeah,
everybody was picking them up and looking. And, once one person saw it, it was just,
domino effect.
yeah. Um, it's just, it's sad. It's sad because we were just talking about her last night. Like, we really had we had an hour drive, and
Yeah,
in that hour drive we had a conversation more about her than about Farrah Fawcett. But in today on our way back home, um TMZ broke the news that she passed away from cancer,
yeah.
and she was going to be 77 tomorrow.
All right, pull it
So
pull
she
it up on the
died
screen.
a
I'm gonna put it on the
day.
screen. Put it up.
That's not
That's
it.
not it. Close that.
So she was gonna be 78.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, 77 tomorrow.
You need to get it together
Sorry,
here. No, we
sorry.
both do.
So she was having a birthday tomorrow, which is just makes it even sadder. I loved her on Three's Company. She was great. She was also on Step by Step in the 90s. And was it the 90s? Yeah, right.
I believe it was
Or
the 90s.
80s, 90s.
Maybe late 90s, early 80s. I
I
mean,
want to say
not
it was
early 80s.
like early
Late,
90s.
yeah, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah,
I remember the
she.
show. I don't remember if I really
Yeah,
watched
I
it, though.
watched it like a psycho kid. I watched it. It was a part of the Friday package.
Magnum Force. What the hell was Magnum Force?
I
She
don't
was
know.
Pool Girl #1.
But
But
yeah, anyway, she was in 91.
yeah,
That's when it was.
I
Um,
think a lot of other people remember her from her infamous Thigh Master
yeah,
infomercials. I mean, those like
yeah,
I think those really took her career more than her acting did because that really put her like everybody knew about Thigh Master. Suzanne Somers and the Thigh Master. It was like Suzanne Somers made the Thigh Master.
yeah.
Um,
I just, my heart goes out to her family, all the fans that were like hardcore fans. I was a
yeah,
fan. Three's Company was a TV show I shouldn't have been watching in the 80s when I was a kid, but I loved it. It was hilarious. And John Ritter, rest in peace, he was amazing. That was another one that I was just sad to see go because there was just something so special about him. And you can see it, and he just exuded like, I don't know what the word is for him. He seemed like a great guy, period. I don't know
yeah.
the man, but I was a big fan.
The last thing I saw him in, I never watched this TV show. The one where he
10
pat.
Rules Dating My Daughter or something like that with Kaylee Cuoco
I don't know. I
and
didn't watch this TV
Katie
show.
Sagal. I watched it. I watched the first few episodes and it was kind of hard, but then I heard he passed away and I was just like, that
Yeah,
was it made me watch it because of that. It's just, last days of John Ritter and, he was an amazing actor. Like I think they gave him comedy because that's where he started, but he's done a couple of roles where he's done serious roles and he does really well. I feel like those were missed opportunities for like directors and stuff like that to use him in that way.
yeah. Well, like I was trying to say, the last I didn't watch the show. The last thing I saw him in was Bad Santa.
Oh yeah.
Um, he was hilarious in that. I don't
Yeah.
remember if he was in the second one. I don't even think I watched the second one. And if I did, I don't remember it too well. But the first one was hilarious with Bernie Mac, um,
Yeah.
John Ritter. It was what's his name? Billy Bob.
Thornton.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was hilarious. It was hilarious. And then like he was the manager of the mall, and you know
Yeah.
Billy Bob once he hits you with the anal, you don't walk right. So yeah, it was that was a funny movie. Um, all the other stuff that he did outside of Three's Company, I didn't really watch. I did watch his spin-off show that he had after Three's Company. Um,
Hmm.
excuse me, but I didn't watch the other ones. I think I watched the Ropers spin-off for a little bit.
I watched. I
Excuse
watched
me.
the Ropers. I love the Roper. I love that whole thing. That whole like yeah, the whole thing. If you ever watch the Ropers, check out the neighbor's wife. The neighbor's wife was actually the actress from the Bad Seed, the original Bad Seed in black and white. Um, Great movie, but God, I can't remember her name. I hate when I do that.
Yeah,
But yeah, she was great. It was I watched the whole thing. like the Ropers, and then it was when he did his spinoff, John Ritter spinoff. Um, uh, he had his own show at his restaurant, the restaurant that
Angelinos,
Angelino's restaurant, but it was what was the name of that show?
Trippers.
No.
No, I don't know. I don't
And
know.
you know what? That would have been funny had they named it Trippers.
Um, but yeah, I watched the spinoff show for a little bit. Wasn't a diehard fan of the spinoffs, but I did check them out. Still same to me. It was the same writing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So
hear you.
it kept that same how you can say that same lightning in the bottle for a TV show spinning off. You know, I hate when they do spin-off shows and it just doesn't have that it factor that it had when it first before it spun off into its other this other thing. Um,
Yeah, I'm looking for that show. I can't find it.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know when it came out, and yeah, I don't
It
know.
was a very 80s show, I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
It was in the 80s, so yeah, and I liked it. I watched everything he did. I thought he was just a great actor. But back to Suzanne Somers. I was sad to see her go on Three's Company because she played a great character. Chrissy was just very dingy, ditzy, and funny. She was funny,
well,
and
yeah,
those looks that she would give, and
yeah,
she was a great member of the cast. Unfortunately, it ended because she wanted a lot of money, and
it's
they were
always
like,
money.
"We're not gonna give you that."
Yeah, it was. I liked her. She was the typical blonde.
Yeah.
I don't want to call her a bimbo, but kind of that's what it was. You know.
No, she was blonde haired, blue eyed beauty,
Yeah.
a California girl. That's what a lot of California girls were labeled back in the day. I don't know about now, but back when we were growing up, when
Yeah.
you thought
Well.
about California girls, you thought about the beach, and she's got blonde hair and blue eyes,
Yeah.
and she fit that look.
Yeah. Well, nowadays blonde hair comes in a bottle, and same with the contacts. So there is no such thing as the typical California girl anymore because everybody, like I said, they can get it out the bottle. Um, but yeah, I thought she was hilarious. She was funny. The whole cast was funny together. When they started having their
Three's a
issues,
Crowd. That's the name of the
yeah,
show. Three's a Crowd. Duh.
when they started having their issues, well, her having her issues with the studio,
Yeah.
and they started like kind of excommunicating her off the island. Um, the other girls that they brought in were cool, but they just weren't Chrissy Snow. You know what I
No, of
mean? They
course
they were
not.
their own thing, but it just wasn't really wasn't the same without Suzanne Somers. She was that extra piece of the puzzle, you
No,
know.
for sure.
Um, so yeah, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I feel like a lot of my childhood is dying off, which kind of sucks,
It
you
really
know.
does.
And this is one of those things that this was part of my childhood. I watched Three's Company. Who didn't? You know, um,
It was
even
so
even with
inappropriate for us to watch
well,
too.
even with like music. You know what I mean? Like people dying that were these icons. Like we don't really have those type of icons anymore. Sure, we got icons still, but they're not those type of icons. Like there will never be another Prince as far as I know.
No, absolutely
You know,
not. We're talking about Michael Jackson,
there
and
never be
there will never be anything that comes close to that.
yeah.
Um, Again, they who was it that they said that was like the king of pop or whatever? Chris Brown, and who was the other person?
Who Usher?
Oh, sure. Yeah,
I don't
no,
know.
they're
They're great in their own right.
Usher's great. I don't really know about Chris Brown because I don't listen to his music, but
They're great in their own right,
yeah,
but they're
but
not the king of pop.
they are not Michael Jackson,
Correct.
never will be, can never be. And it's hard for me to even think how anybody could come in and be as successful as this person was from childhood up until he passed.
Well, it's
you
like
know.
you know how not powerful, but how popular um, these icons are when you still have people imitating Michael Jackson to this day. You have people
Yeah.
imitating Prince. You know.
Some kid out in, I don't want to say Mexico, but I think it is Mexico. He sounds exactly like him. We've
Yeah, I saw
seen the
that video.
rounds
Yeah,
of him, but yeah, he sounds just like him. The only thing is I could hear his accent.
yeah.
I
He
can,
sings
but
with the accent,
he sounds phenomenal. Like he sounds like Michael Jackson, but again, there will never be one like him.
and then you
Just like
have
there's never going to be a Prince or there's never going to be a Madonna.
yeah.
You know, that's the era we grew up in.
Well, like I said, those are the last of the icons. Like I don't even hear about like big hair glam rock
Glam
bands
rock,
anymore.
yeah.
Even that type of music, I know it's kind of it's dated and it's not, but I feel like if it's good music, people will still buy it.
It's yeah, I
Like
don't
to
know.
me,
I don't even hear rock music anymore. I listen to Metallica over and over again because I love them. And I listen to different bands that I already know their music. Interpol is one of my faves.
yeah,
But and I listen to their new music, but for someone new to come in and get in here, like it's kind of hard. I don't listen to the radio anymore, and it's hard. It's hard for new music to get in here. For
yeah,
me, for me,
yeah. Well,
that's not just hip hop or R&B or it's anything really. I just happen to hear it. I'm like, oh, that sounds good, and then I'll look it up. But
well,
it's rare.
some of the entertainers, or musicians, when they start transitioning to other forms of media, um, I think they become better there. Like I feel Queen Latifah, LL Cool J, they're better at acting than they are now at rapping. Not to say that they can't do it anymore, but let's be honest, nobody wants to listen to that to them.
Um, I don't know about that. I know I'd rather see J Lo act than sing. That's for sure.
Well, she's not a
She's.
singer.
I agree. I'm
She's
just
been
saying
mixed
I'd
down, so
rather see her
yeah.
do that.
Well,
She's a good actress. She has her funny movies and anything serious. The only one that I really saw that she did was Enough, which was a great movie.
yeah. Again, I wasn't even adding her into that category
No, I'm
because,
just throwing that out there about actors and people who want to do music.
oh, I was saying musicians that became actors. I
Whatever.
feel like she only became J Lo Jenny from the block because she got gassed up when she did Selena, and then she was remixed so many times. I can be J Lo from the block, like they said, be cool. So yeah, I mean,
All right,
she's
we veered off.
well. I say all that to say this:
Mm.
when it comes to those rappers or musicians that become actors, I prefer to see them at that point sometimes as only actors. I don't need to see you as a musician, whether it's rapping, singing, whatever. I think you're doing the better job, the better service in the acting profession. And I say all that to say to transition on over to the Smiths. You know,
Okay, so the internet is above.
undefeated.
It's a bubbling with all this shit.
Yeah,
Jada, they called her Jada Pinkett-Smith, Alcina Shakur. That was hilarious. Jada Pinkett-Smith, at this point has, I feel, and I think almost 90% of the internet feels that she needs to shut the fuck up already. Like, honestly,
she
I
needs to silence her bald headed ass up.
I didn't
No
say
one
all
wants
that.
to hear it anymore. I said it.
She
I
ain't
don't
bald.
care.
She got hair.
She got five little whiskers on top.
David.
I don't want to hear about her anymore.
Yeah, no, I agree. Go
And
ahead.
the thing that really upsets me the most, like, I'm not even mad about the whole Chris Rock Will Smith slap situation. You know, those are two grown men. They'll figure it out. I think it shouldn't have happened. I think that Will Smith was out of line by doing it. Don't get me wrong. But I think everybody's past that part. You know what I mean? But now you got her, and I feel like the only reason why she ever comes out and says shit is when she's trying to, stay relevant, keep her shit together, and stay some kind of relevance. She ain't. What's she done? She ain't done shit. She got a book coming out called Worthy. I'm not. Nobody's worthy to hear this trash that you're spewing. We don't care about you being separated for 7 years from Will Smith. We don't care, Jada. We don't. We don't really care. We don't care that Tupac you feel is your soulmate. We don't care, Jada. We don't fucking care. Shut up forever. Sit down and twiddle your little three whiskers on top of your head and leave
Really,
everybody else
David? Oh my
alone
God.
with this
All right, I didn't say
nonsense.
all that, sir.
With this
What I'm
nonsense.
saying is, please stop talking about your business, like your relationship and all the drama, and whether you're in or out or of the relationship. Like at this point, maybe there are people that care. I am not one of those people. I feel it's embarrassing to this man. If you want to speak your truth, speak your truth, but why are you putting him in it? Like, yeah, he's a part of your life, but at some point you have to say to yourself, like, do I really want to put him out there? This is about me. And all I hear is him. And I'm, hearing about Tupac and her relationship. And that's fine. Say whatever you want, but leave the man out of it. Leave your husband out of it. I mean, you're not even together anymore and you're speaking on him, and then it came out that he's like supportive of it,
Let me
or
tell you
he's
something.
supporting her. Hold on. He's supporting her, and he's basically backing up her claims. My issue is, I this is me theorizing as always. What does she have on this man? What does she have on this man for him to just be signing off on anything and everything that she says? Like, she's making him look so bad in my eyes. And I know not everybody feels that way, and that's fine, but this is my opinion and this is how I feel about it. And I think it's embarrassing for him on his part. Embarrassing to their kids for her to be just putting all their private business out there. I don't understand it, but again, she's gonna do what she's gonna do, and there's nothing anyone can say or do to stop her, I guess. And everybody wants to hear about it and know about it. We're all intrigued about celebrity relationships and where they're at and what they do, and it's insane how many comments I see about other people's relationships as if they know these people, but I just feel it's embarrassing to him, and I think she should be ashamed of herself for putting her business out there like that. Talk about yourself, but don't talk about him.
Again, I am tired of being a part of their entanglement with their cockhole relationship. Fuck off, Jada. We don't want to hear this shit anymore. We're
Okay,
tired of hearing it.
rudeness.
We're tired of hearing about it. Jesus Christ, it's like 3 months go by and then boom, here she is. Guess what? Me and Will been separated for 7 years. Y'all didn't know that, did y'all? Go buy my book. I got a book. Are y'all worthy? Because my book is worthy. I don't want to hear it no more, Jada. I don't want to hear it. Go twiddle your three little whiskers on top of your head somewhere else. Go put a beret on them. I'm done. We're done with it. And then the other thing that pisses me off the most is Will Smith. This mother effer is not fighting back at all. Like, come on, dude.
Cause
Come
that's why I
on.
said, what does she have on him that he doesn't want out? That's kind of how I feel now. I'm, you know,
Yeah,
I'm.
whatever. Whatever she has on you is not gonna be as unless you.
This is hypothetical.
Hold
This
on.
is me just throwing something out there because it looks
Excuse me.
super suspect that she's over here trashing their marriage, like talking, just letting all of it out, and this man has been quiet up
Yeah.
until today.
Pull her little three whiskers up
Man,
there.
come on,
Come on.
really?
Pull her little three whiskers up.
What three whiskers? Which
That
one?
one right there.
This one?
Yeah,
This
three
you ain't
twiddle
shit.
three little whiskers.
Why you gonna say that about her like that?
Put it on the screen. Let
Okay.
everybody see the three whiskers. It's from People magazine. Like, whatever. I liked Jada Pinkett at one point in time. I thought she was a good actress for what she's worth. But at this point in time, I am done. I am so done. I am done hearing about her setting it off on Will. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of hearing
I
about
feel
how it's
bad
all
for him.
Will's fault.
I feel bad for him,
And
to be
I'm tired of
honest.
hearing that Will Smith is like, yeah, 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 it's all my fault. It's all my fault. I'm not gonna say I support everything she says. It's like, dude, come on, bro, say something. Pincher, throw a popcorn kernel, something,
No, but it's
something.
also in the realm of someone I know um, is saving his baby mama. And I don't understand it. Why are you trying to save her from the truth? Everybody knows, what she's done, but you want to save her. Why? What does that do for you? Y'all ain't even together. Your child is a grown up. He's literally an adult, but you're still holding on to that secret. And I guess I'll never understand why people do what they do. And I feel like there's something maybe she knows about him that she's like, look, you gonna let me do this book tour, and if you don't, I'm exposing you. I don't care. I'll expose myself. I don't give a fuck.
What could be
But
the worst?
I don't know.
What could be the worst thing? Okay, the worst thing it could be is some child
He's a spy.
child trafficking bullshit. Okay,
No, it's not. That's a
hold
first
on,
of all.
hold
Hold
on.
on. No, you hold on.
I
That's
wasn't even
not.
done.
No, I understand that, but it's don't say it like that. Child trafficking bullshit. Like
I'm
that's a
saying like
serious
that's the
thing.
only. It's a serious thing, but I'm saying that's the only thing that it would be like it's so bad because if she came out and said, yeah, he is gay and he likes to 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 play with the ball sacks,
Really?
then
Come on.
then
Be a little more respectful. Have a little more tact than that.
if that's what she's saying, no one's gonna care. Everybody's gonna
Yeah,
be
I don't
like,
care.
but this is what's gonna happen. Everybody's gonna be like, oh, okay, okay, so the rumors are true. He's gay. Okay, moving on.
Yeah, I don't
That's
care.
really what it's gonna be.
I don't care, but people seem to care about shit like that. To be
Yeah,
honest
I
with
don't
you,
give a shit.
people care. I don't know why they care. I don't know why it matters so much whether someone is gay, bi, whatever they want to be. I don't I don't see how that affects anything. Especially when you've already made your money over and over times 10,000, you know what I mean? Like you're good. If everybody cancels you, you're all right. You're straight. You've invested your money, I'm assuming. You've done all these movies, you've made all this money. I don't know what his net worth is, but it's
Again,
just for me, I feel like she's holding something over his head and she refuses to say because she's promoting this book, but this is allegedly, I'm just talking shit. I have no hard facts.
yeah,
This is just me and my
yeah.
suspicious fucking mind, and there's no way that David is going to let me run my mouth to the world and say this was what was going on with our relationship. This is how I felt about this, that, and the other. He's just not going to let me do it unless I have something on him. I
Again,
really feel like that, but that's just me.
I feel like enough's enough. If she does have something over him that she's lording to expose, if he doesn't go along with it as the conspiracy goes, at this point in time, you need to pull a Kevin Hart and just leak it. Just drop it. No one's gonna care. We'll feel better that we know from your perspective, Mr. Smith, on why you allowed all these things to come out and not say anything. I mean, come on, man.
I
You're
hear
looking
you.
bad out here in these streets.
I hear
You're
you,
taking
but
L's left and right. I mean, we don't want to we want to hold you up, but you keep letting us down. And then she just keeps coming out trashing with more trash, more trash,
yeah,
more
but
trash.
also the thing too is that why are we feeding into it? That's what's promoting her, us,
Because
all of us.
it's
No,
on
no, no, I get
every
that.
social media. I mean, even we're covering it. It's on every social media platform. You can't not help it. You
No,
can't
I
escape.
absolutely get that, but
We're entangled.
now people are going to go out and read this book.
Yeah.
And they're going to be criticizing the things she hasn't spoken about, because she's got to save the good stuff for the book, for you to come out later and be like, this bitch
Yeah.
said blah blah blah. So, but I
I'll get the bootleg PDF when it hits the internets. I ain't giving her no money for
not
that
that
book.
my opinion really stands here, but not a fan anymore. I've lost a lot of respect for her. I used to respect their relationship and the facade that was up, because I thought they were cool. They've been together for a long time and yada yada, but it goes to
You love
show.
to see it.
No, but it goes to show that you don't know shit.
Yeah. But I'm saying like excuse me. What I'm saying is like you love to see a couple a couple doing well that's been around for so long
Yeah.
and you think everything is good. They got the facade. It makes them look like a power couple type
Yeah.
of thing. It's all good. It's like, the mystique behind it.
Yeah.
Like those are the Smiths right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how people say with Jay-Z and Beyonce, like they love to see it. They love to see a couple, a couple last as long, and you see other entertainers
Yeah, but
that are together.
something has happened along the way where she just stopped being private and now she's super public, and how she's dogging this man out.
The
Like
ghost of Tupac Shakur haunts her.
dogged this poor man out. Gay, straight, I don't give a fuck. Leave him the fuck alone. Stop talking about him. Talk about yourself and about Tupac, and that's pretty much all you got. Why don't you talk about when you did your movies and what happened on the set
Set it off.
of your movies and shit? But why are you talking about Will Smith? Like, yes, I get you were married, but I would think like, but it doesn't matter.
My thing is
it just frustrates me.
have some self-respect for your husband, ex-husband, whatever. If he ain't out there dragging you in the dirt, why are you out there doing it for publicity? That's fucking whack.
That's the other thing.
It's fucking whack.
That she's dragging him. Oh, talking about, you just said ex-husband, but she was saying like she's not thinking about divorce. She's not thinking about of that, because she made a promise, and that's all I caught about that. But I think about people like that, and they make these promises and they rather live out their lives in a miserable situation than go out and be happy.
Okay, so let's unpack that a little bit. In their situation,
Okay.
let's just say she don't have nothing against Will that's so critical, so damning that he'll be like in a shell in a closet somewhere hiding out.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just say nothing. There is nothing really there. Maybe he cheated on her, she cheated on him, and what's good for the goose is good for the gander type situation. Okay, great. We're past that. Now you don't want to get a divorce. Okay, I know a lot of people that get married, that have kids, that don't they don't separate because they want to stay with the kids. Okay. Their kids are all adults now. So
Okay.
it's still not that. So the only thing that leads me to believe is she ain't trying to get no divorce because it's cheaper to keep him, because he is an actor now that is still landing roles and she is not. Her career is on the back end. Like, what has she done that's
Or maybe he don't want to get rid of her because he'd have to give half his shit to her.
That's true. That could be true too. But let me tell you something. He is the working actor. He is the breadwinner of
No,
that
I
household.
understand that.
But I'm saying like he's gonna land more roles and bigger roles and get bigger paydays even after a divorce from her.
I understand.
And she will not be entitled. I don't know if she'll be entitled to alimony, but she wouldn't be entitled to that money.
No, I get
let
that.
her have the extra. Let her have the $100,000.
It's easy for us to say we didn't make that fucking money. We
Absolutely.
didn't bust our ass to get that money, so it's easy for us to just give it away. But what if he ain't willing to? Like,
Hey.
there's some rapper out there that has been married to his wife since, I mean, not married the whole time, but they've known each other from high school, and he's cheated on her time and time again. I believe he has a kid outside of the marriage, but if he leaves, she gets half of all his money, and I think he's just rather keep her. which
Well,
is, it's fucking horrible to me, because like, why would you want to live like that? Just give her half the shit and move the fuck on. Like, go do your own thing, but they don't want to.
well,
They'd rather the money. You can't take the money with you. Just
well.
saying.
Regardless on that rapper that you're speaking of, it doesn't even matter because again, the major breadwinner in the Smiths household is Will. Jada would get the half, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 7 million, whatever the millions will be, and move on.
Yeah.
He can do one role and get that money back. He can do two roles and get that money back. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I don't see the issue. It's different. Chris Rock said it best. I understand, you know, if you got $500 to your name and she won half or he won half, I get it. But we're talking about he's a mega rich person.
No, I know that. I'm just saying, like, people don't think like that.
Yeah.
People
Well,
don't think like that. That's why I'm telling you what I'm telling you, that they'd rather hold on to them so they can hold on to their money, because they can live their little separate life without their knowledge.
yeah.
And that's
No.
what they do. A lot of people with money live a separate life, so that
Mhm.
way they don't have to share half their fortune with the person that they regret marrying or they no longer love or whatever, and it's cheaper to keep them, which
No,
is
I hear
fucking
you.
insane to me. I'm sorry, but if we are at that point ever where we're super mega millionaires, billionaires, you taking half, because I'm out. I'm not gonna
I'm not
live
gonna hold
miserable.
anybody into a relationship
Yeah,
that don't want to be there. Bye.
yeah. Like, I
And
don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who don't want to be with me no more.
and
Like, what
and
the fuck?
and speaking on a relationship, I mean, we started from the bottom. Now we here type relationship. So I feel that you would deserve that type of money to
Yeah, but
life
not
changing money
everybody
if we had
thinks
that.
like you.
No, absolutely right. But you know, we don't have an issue in our relationship where it's one of those type of things. You know what I mean? That they're going through.
Let me
We
pose a
we we like being in a relationship together.
No,
You
I
know what I
get
mean?
that.
The love is
Let me
there.
pose a question to everybody. I don't know if people will get this far into the video, but if you have been with someone, let's just say your significant other right now, or you've been with somebody as long as we have been together, 23 years, and you guys decided to split today, and tomorrow I win the lottery. We're
Or
done.
tomorrow you win the lottery.
I just say that?
I win the lottery is what you said. Never mind. Never mind. Uh
Today
huh.
we split up. Tomorrow I win the lottery.
Got it.
Does he deserve any of that money? We're done today, but tomorrow I win.
Yeah.
Does he deserve any of that money? I feel he does. I feel that I should share that money with him because we've been in it for 20 plus years. Now, if we were together for a year or two, you ain't getting shit.
You ain't getting a Louis.
I might give you a little, throw a little crumbs your way, a little,
$500.
some,
I'll pay your bills.
some tokens. But
Get you a free bus
But
pass.
at this point in time in our relationship, I feel that even though I won it after we decided it's over, I feel he deserves it. And if he's going to go off and live his life with some new person, great. Because we couldn't make it work anymore. We decided today that it's over. And tomorrow we become millionaires, but I got to give you half the money because but I feel like he deserves it. Maybe I'm foolish for thinking that, but
Yeah.
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 Now it also depends on the scenario. If this motherfucker cheated on me, I'll pay his bills, but deuces.
Yeah. 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 So I guess I'd be getting that train ride that I've wanted to Colorado and maybe see Bigfoot.
Oh yeah. So let's talk about that real quick. I saw somewhere that it's been going around that in Colorado they were on a train and they caught Bigfoot, you know, walking through, and he stopped, posted up so he wouldn't be seen, and
Crouch down, y'all.
crouched down. Yeah,
Y'all don't
so
see me.
and he did blend in with the bush, but but I also saw somewhere, and then I don't know if this is credible or not. I've looked and I don't see anything saying that it was a hoax, that it was someone wearing a Bigfoot costume, because the people were on a tour, a Bigfoot tour, and that's what they caught. So they said that that's I only saw it one place, and that was the only time I saw it. So I don't know if this is credible or not, if this is real or not. At this point in time in 2023, with the type of cameras that we have, how do we not have a clear image or video of Bigfoot?
Well, let's look at the video. While you mentioned that, because you know, all these camera phones now, they're starting to like Samsung, you can zoom into infinity and beyond, and they even advertise that on their advert. Oh, you got the video up? Let's check it
Hold
out.
on, hold on. It's funny you say that, because they talk shit about people. What was it? They got these clear ass pictures of you on a roller coaster ride, but the cameras at a bank are fucking fuzzy and shit. And
Grainy
yeah,
and
grainy.
got snow in them.
It's crazy.
So that's the video. Let's see the
Yeah, yeah,
video.
yeah.
All right, so this is the video we're watching. Yeah, he sits down, pulls out a 40, sipping on that scissor.
Mm-mm.
And we're getting this from where? Fox 26. I mean,
What
like,
if the real Bigfoot's back here and we really don't see him because he blends in?
he's like, look at these idiots.
And he's like, what the hell? Who's that? He ain't a part of our clique.
Like, so the footage when it's not zoomed in looks pretty clear, but once they zoom in, it looks like shit. Um, so you can't really tell. It does kind of blend in to the background pretty well. I don't know about that.
I don't know, but I would like to see, like, Ring, from Ring Camera.
Yeah.
They're offering $1 million for anyone with legit real UFO footage.
Well, back to the Bigfoot thing.
I wish
Like,
somebody would offer Bigfoot. We'll get that one before we get the UFO one.
maybe. But back to the Bigfoot thing. Like,
Yeah.
my other thing is like, okay, they got these trail cameras, right? And they do the stop capture
Yeah.
as soon as like something crosses it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Even insects can trigger these things. And all the time that they've had these things for like forever. Like,
Yeah, it's been.
they've been like early 2000s, I think, is the first time I saw, like a show where they were like these new advanced trail cameras, and I was like, what the hell is a trail camera? And they explained
Yeah.
about it. They have strobe lights on them so they can turn on. Now they're like IR,
Motion sensor.
motion sensor. They got all
Cameras.
Wi-Fi connectivity. They got everything. They got all the bells and whistles now. And you mean, high def camera lenses, and you mean to tell me we can catch mountain lions, bears. There's even that film, that little meme, whatever video we saw, where it's like they did voiceovers where it's like a mountain lion and a deer walking together at night. And I think
Yes.
Tony Baker did a voiceover talking about, we did good today. We're gonna get paid well. Let's go on back to the house and yada yada. So we have all these things, but yet we still haven't found any Bigfoot. So it leads me to really believe, like, yeah, it ain't happening. This ain't real. There's nothing. Like, only thing that we ever get evidence wise is some foot imprints, or we hear people talking about, yeah, we recorded Bigfoot on
Yeah.
tape, or it's like,
On VHS.
yeah, and I want to believe. I
Oh
want to
yeah.
believe, but I can't believe. Like I'm like Morpheus with the pill still. Like I don't know, Morpheus. You telling me, do I want to believe or not? And
Right.
you're just not convincing me enough to show me that.
But what if they have? What if they have and it's like they don't want to, the people that have discovered them don't want to expose them because science and the
Well,
military and
I get
everything
that.
is let's experiment on them, instead of trying to get to know or see. We're just some awful fucking people in the human race. Awful, awful. That's all we do is want to experiment on some shit. Let's see what it does if we do this, and let's see what it's made out of, and let's check its DNA. And it's always some gruesome, brutal fucking bullshit. And no wonder they don't want to come out. Why the fuck would I want to come out? People are fucking crucify these animals. Oh man, no.
Again,
Same
I
thing with the UFOs.
there's enough stories and folklore about Bigfoot throughout the planet, but yet we still haven't found a Bigfoot. I mean, you got Bigfoot, you got Yeti, they're all different names, you know what I mean? But they're all the same, I guess, species type, just in different regions. But we still have yet to find anyone. We still yet to find anything, anything that says like, okay, what is this? This is something. You know what I mean? At least with UFOs, we got stuff. We got people like the whole Rendlesham Forest story, where they see a downed craft and they go and they look at it and they describe it, and these are military men, and they recant their story. They don't recant their story. They tell their story. One of them touches it and he gets binary code input into his brain, and then later on they decipher it, and binary wasn't even around like that when this happened to him. So we have these type of stories. I mean, you got what's his name, the fire in the sky guy, Travis
I don't know.
Walker, I think his name is, um, where with his alien abduction. um, um, we have all these things, and we have that bit of Travis
Travis
Walton.
Walton.
We have those type of encounters, and we have that kind of information. I mean, we have Bob Lazar. Everything that's been
Bob.
said that Bob has said has now come out to be fact, not fiction. The bone scanner where to identify yourself, that's been fact. Element 113 or whatever it is, that's come out as fact.
Uh huh.
You know what I mean? Like all these things have that he said have come out to be fact, but there has been no credible fact with Bigfoot. Element 115. I knew it was Element One something. Excuse me. So yeah, like I said, I want to believe that Bigfoot is real. I want to believe that these encounters are happening, but every time we stumble across some kind of video evidence, it's not great. And then the only other evidence that they give us is like, oh, you hear the knocking, that's Bigfoot. We're in the forest, you hear the knocking, that's a Bigfoot. Oh, here's the Bigfoot print. Hear that call, that's Bigfoot. Oh, they put these trees into this formation to let us know that we're walking into their territory. Because why? Because that's Bigfoot. But yet, but yet, not a still image, not a video image, not satellite footage, not even one coming by somebody's house saying, "Can I borrow a cup of sugar?" It's me, Bigfoot. None of it. So
Look, there's been a lot of pictures, a lot of videos that people post. They even have a TV show. I've never watched it,
Finding
but
Bigfoot.
whatever.
They ain't found him. Still hiding.
But, but I believe that it's possible because I keep my mind open to the possibilities of a lot of things. And I think I've mentioned it before where I feel like the veil of fantasy and reality is very thin and has been lifted up somewhat because we're seeing all these different things on video. that no one really has a name for. We make up a fucking name and we don't know what the hell it is.
Hmm.
A head with two legs and no torso, walking, looking hella ghostly with its sidekick, walking in the night. Like, how is that real?
Yeah.
You know, a lady floating in the air on top of someone's vehicle and then floating, and it's you know, how do we how do you do that? She's floating
Yeah.
and you don't see wires and all of that. Like, it looks real. Is
Hmm.
it real? I don't know. Paranormal stuff, I've experienced it. Dave has recently experienced it at a family member's house. There's knocking on the walls and there's lights flickering, and that's not something that happens normally. And we see shadows in the house, not this house, but someone else's house, and we know who it is basically. And we've had that experience within the last month.
So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that I don't think that these things can't be real.
Yeah.
You know, paranormal activity. Yes, I do believe that that can be real.
Hmm.
Um, Aliens, UFO, strange encounters with that phenomena. Yeah, I believe that can be real. The problem I have is with big feet.
I
Big feet is
understand
just one
that,
of
but
those
I'm
things that
just
I there's not enough
all right.
solid evidence for me to say this is real. And I, like I said, I want to believe that this is real. Like the closest thing that I've heard that made valid sense to me was someone said Big Feet is an interdimensional being, and it comes in and out of our
Yeah, I
plane of
saw that.
existence, and that's why we don't see it as often. And I said,
Hmm.
okay, I can get on board with with that concept and that idea. Anything is kind of possible if you can think it. I
Excuse
mean,
me.
look at modern sci-fi. I mean, we've gone from Star Trek to having Star Trek in our pockets. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can believe that we had Dick Tracy with the smartwatch, and now smartwatch are prevalent in the world. So
Yeah.
yeah, I do want to kind of believe that big feet exist, but it's just as of right now, I I'm not drinking the Kool Aid. I'm only sipping. I'm just sipping it. I'm just sipping it. I'm not down in that Kool Aid yet until I get some better proofs.
Well, I we've grown up, and you and I have grown up in a time where a lot of things did not exist and weren't real, and it has been proven that it is. Yeah, it's taken what, 20, 30 years
Yeah,
for
but
it to be
still.
proven. But it happened in our time,
Hmm.
and that's what I'm trying to state to you is, just because you haven't seen it yet doesn't mean that it's not possible, and doesn't mean that it won't happen in the next 10 to 15 years. It could happen tomorrow.
No, absolutely.
I just feel like it's possible that there are creatures out there that exist that are like that, just like they found giants bones buried. um
Hmm.
you know, these are things that people
I
want.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
People want to believe these things because at some point in some time, um it happened,
Hmm.
and slowly proof is being found
Hmm.
that these things are happening or have happened in the past. So what's to say that it won't come out sooner or later?
I hear you. It's just as of right now,
Hmm.
I want to believe, but I have a hard time
No,
being
it's fine.
convinced of
Yeah.
these things being, specifically with Bigfoot
Yeah.
being a real situation. I'm not saying that it can't. There has been many of things that have come out that they thought were extinct, and they're not. So yeah, I do believe that it there is a possibility that Bigfoot could exist and still exist to this day. But my problem with it is for all the locations that people say Bigfoot has emerged, not just in the United States or North America, but across the world, we still have not gotten anything that I've seen
That's credible for you.
that's credible.
Got
Like
it.
the video on the train, like I want to believe that's a real video. I mean, to the extent that that's a real creature that we're looking at, and not a man in a suit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to believe that that's real, but at the same time, it's kind of like
I'm so sorry.
it doesn't, and like it
No,
doesn't seem real. You know what I
from the
mean?
moment I saw the video, it just doesn't look real. It
Like
doesn't.
the
The suit.
original.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, well, I was gonna say the original video from back whenever when they did this up north, and they said this video hasn't been debunked or whatever parts of the video haven't. They can't explain it. Like, okay, I was on board. You know what I mean? The original Bigfoot video. I forgot who is the creators of that video and who what it was as far as that goes, but everybody's seen that video or everybody knows about that video. Who knows about these things? And yeah, okay, I'm on board with that. You know, like I can go with that. You know, but since then we have not seen anything that would would show me that this is a credible video. Like this right here, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this up. Like this video right here, it's grainy as hell, but it's from the time of that. And look at it, they still have problems with this video. You know, is that a real person? Is it not a real person? I don't know who this guy is, but here they go with these adverts. But you know, the Patterson Gremlin video. So there it is. Like I I want to be on board with it. I know how old the video is, so it's gonna be grainy and all that. You know what I mean? But we haven't gotten anything since then. Here we go. I'm gone. As soon as they show Planet of the Apes, I'm gone. But that's my thing. That's what I'm saying. It's like, how come we haven't gotten anything? Like, I can't go on audio. You know what I mean? The audio of the chirping and stuff like that. Because what if it's just an unidentified animal? You know,
Yeah.
and not Bigfoot. I can't go on the plaster footprints that they capture because we can make those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would like to see like trail camera footage where we capture something, and not just a still but also a video of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the best that we've gotten in a long time from my perspective of a Bigfoot,
Yeah.
um, supposed. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
I don't.
just
I saw the video and I was just like,
yeah,
hard pass.
yeah,
I feel like it's a man in a suit, and that was before I saw the whole thing that it was a man in a suit, and I don't know if that's legit or not, but it didn't look real, and it just didn't look real to me.
yeah,
That's my opinion.
yeah,
But I do believe that there's something out there, just like there's many, many, many things that we still have not seen or discovered in the oceans, in our forests, that have eluded us for many, many years. And I feel that good for them because we are the fucking predators here. We're the predators, and we have eliminated so many animals from this world because we keep taking their space and then get upset when they come out of the woods and attack somebody. They're wild. We're not wild, they're wild, but we act wild and treat them accordingly in our book, which is like animals, even though we're the ones trespassing on their land. But
yeah. Um, Again,
nothing new there, though.
yeah. I mean, it was cool. It was exciting to see that maybe somebody had got some footage. I'm always interested in like the supernatural, paranormal, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it. So yeah, I'm always intrigued to see what it is with these different phenomena. But a lot of it is just like I can't believe it. I just can't
No, I
believe it.
get that.
Like I want to believe it, but I
Like, I
can't
want to
believe it.
believe there's fairies. Like, I
Yeah.
really want to believe that there's really fairies and we just don't see them. But, is it? I mean, all these videos that I've seen about it, I don't know if I believe them.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're legit, unless it's kind of hard, but
Yeah, it
I
is.
get what you mean.
And then, with CGI getting so cheap to do, like
Yeah.
people doing CGI out their closet, you know what I mean?
Seriously.
So,
I saw something on TikTok and I showed him and he's like, that's CGI. I was like, my God.
yeah.
Who
So
has time to do that?
well, I mean, people do, and
Ay,
people make these
Miguel.
videos. But, I like I said, I'm always curious. Like one of my things that I like to do or like to enjoy as a pastime is like sci-fi type stuff. So
Yeah.
that's kind of like right up my alley when it comes to that. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
for sure.
sci-fi type stuff and paranormal stuff like that. If that's what you want to call it, phenomena that it piques my interest and
Yeah.
it piques my curiosity and imagination more than anything, and that's why I like watching it, and that's why I like looking at it and seeing these things, and then later on have a discussion about it, because it's very interesting, and I want to believe that those things exist to be what it is. It's just,
Yeah.
but again, I'm one of those people that believe that there's life on other planets. I'm not so arrogant to think that we're the only ones in this vast universe.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
if I can believe that there's other life on different planets, whether it's intelligent or non, however you want to determine that, um, I can I can believe that there could be big feet. I can believe that there is, UFOs and stuff like that. It's just my problem is we got to have better evidence. Like we need that rock hard evidence to pound it home. Like that sexual innuendo. Pound it home.
It's innuendo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got speech impediments.
All right. Rest in peace to Suzanne Somers. Thank you for listening.
Peace.